Hello and welcome guys. A week on and it's time to do another check. We're going to do a physique check, then I'm going to jump on the scale to show you what the weight is right now, and then we're going to take it back home. We're going to have a sit down, we're going to discuss the changes, how I feel and everything as it was during the week, training wise, food wise, everything going to be discussed later on. For now we're just going to do a quick check-in just to see where we're at, and let's take it. So, right, the physique check. First, let's get it done, nice and quick. There you go, same place, same light. Going to do roughly about the same poses. Side. And then abs. So it's the first thing in the morning, and I've not drank or ate anything just yet. So this is as dry or as natural looking as it can be. No pump, no food, nothing, and this is what it is. Now let's jump on the scales. So let's take it up. So just to clarify a few things, today is, I hope you can see it right, Sunday, 14th of April. It's quite early in the morning. Okay, the scales are ready. She's off. Let's get up. Wake up. There you go. Set, 0, 0, let's go. Okay, I hope you can see it. 78.2 kilograms. See it right? Okay. So, a little bit more than expected. It's exactly 4 kilograms heavier than a week ago when we started this. So I'm going to explain why and what have happened most likely, and we're going to take it home. This is when we're going to discuss all those things. So I hope to see you soon. Checking out with you in about 2-3 hours. Okay, later on guys.
So hello and welcome back. Back at home after initial shock that I've experienced on the way that I've seen. Now let's get back to what happened, right? So the weight has come up by 4 kilograms from the last week weigh-in. So we started the experiment a week ago, and the weight has come up 4 kilograms in 1 week. Wouldn't be that much of the shock if that was just like overall binge eating without controlling calories as such, because that happens to a lot of us after bodybuilding shows and preparation. You go through the binge eating after your competitions and you tend to gain quite a lot of weight. 4 kilograms probably the minimum that a lot of people gain over the week. But since I was keeping my calories at the same level as previously, those 4 kilograms were a bit of a shock to me. So let's try to explain why is it 4 kilograms, right? So you obviously, when you reintroduce carbs to your diet, you're gonna have more glycogen stored in your body. So glycogen is carbohydrates that you consume get converted into the glucose and stored in the muscle and other bodily tissues and organs in the form of a glycogen. So for every gram of glycogen, that can be bond of about 4 grams of water. So let's say we can store roughly about 400 grams of glycogen within the muscle tissue, skeletal muscles, then about 100 in the liver, and let's say about 100 in other organs. So let's say 600 times 4, that gives us 2400. that will be about 2,400 grams, or let's round it to 2.5 kilograms of additional weight. What kind of surprises me is 4 kilograms. I wasn't expecting that. I ain't seen that coming, but it is what it is, and I'm going to take it as it is. Now, my body still struggled to adapt to the new fuel source. When you're in ketosis, it's much more simple, right? Once you enter ketosis, which normally takes 3 to 4 days of depriving yourself from carbs, then your body starts producing what basically converts fatty acids into the so-called ketone bodies. There are 3 ketone bodies that your body utilizes very, very well. So once that happens, after about 3 or 4 days, then you start utilizing ketones. Now, that does not mean your body is really fully efficient in doing so, but this is where the process starts. You enter in ketosis and you start using ketones. Now, the whole process can take 3-4 weeks before your body really starts to adapt to this new fuel source. So this is what we call a keto adaptation or fat adaptation. So I was very well fat adapted, being in ketosis for 9 months. I'm sure I was, and now I'm doing something absolutely totally opposite. So what I'm experiencing right now is what, when you enter ketosis, people often describe this as a keto flu, when you just don't feel particularly well because your body just trying to adapt to the new energy source. This is what I'm experiencing right now, just with the carbs. So I suppose I can call that a carb flu. That being said, my training wasn't as good as in the previous weeks leading up to this experiment. My lifts weren't as good. I didn't manage to finish all my workouts, and all my sets were the same weights as I was doing prior to getting back to carbs. So my training has been heavily affected with the fact that my body still struggles to adapt to the carbs. And to be honest, I really don't feel good. I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy eating those carbs. Obviously, they're quite tasty, and you know, you will enjoy, right? But I'm not really enjoying the way I feel right now. So training is heavily impacted with this, let's go, carb flu. I can't lift as much. I can't do my usual workout, which really kind of puts me in a pretty bad mood. It's quite frustrating not being able to lift the same or anywhere near the same as you were lifting a week before, just because you've changed to a different metabolic state of your body. So I'm gonna give myself, like I did with the keto when I first entered the keto, I gave myself 3-4 weeks to adapt, and that worked well. And now I'm gonna give myself probably about as much for my body to really fully adapt. So, as you know, 4 kilogram gain weight in a week, it's quite a lot considering that calories were exactly the same, 2,900 on average. There was some calorie borrowing happening on because I had my daughter's birthday and some other events coming on, so I was working with the calories to average that 2,900, which I did. So I'm a little bit surprised, I'm not gonna lie. I hope it's just the initial phase when my body just stores more because it doesn't really know how to deal with that. And I hope that's all gonna kind of subside in the next couple of days, maybe another week or two. And I hope I'm gonna be able to go back to the normal training, because I really miss that intensity and the weights that I've been using. So I'm still in an experiment. The total time I was giving myself to do this experiment was 4-6 weeks. I'm probably gonna be leaning more towards like 6 weeks. I expect some weight loss by next week. I hope my body gonna start settling in and I will lose some weight. I'm not expecting a huge drop, but I would expect my weight to come down a little bit, because 2,900 was a calorie deficit while I was in ketosis, and I would expect this to be the same, unless I'm wrong. unless the calories isn't really a calorie. So this is why this whole experiment has been conducted in the first place, just to see if I can eat the same amount of calories while in ketosis and in a carb-filled diet, to see if ketogenic diet has any advantages over carb-filled diet when calories are matched. So I'm going to be trying to push my training as hard as possible for the next week, and I'm going to have another weigh-in on a Sunday just like we did today. So first thing in the morning, fasted, no training, no pump, physique check and weigh-in same time next week, just to see if things are changing. I hope they will, because I'm really not feeling great. But the experiment needs to continue in order to be able to come to any kind of conclusion towards the end of it. So I'm not judging anything just yet. It's just the beginning, and I understand there will be some point when my body starts to adapt to it. I hope it's going to happen sooner rather than later, because I really do want to do my training the way I did. In terms of the foods that I've been consuming, we can call it a kind of mix between a bro diet that I know very well and it kind of suits me, and just experimental things like slice of pizza here, some cake here and there. As I said, I'm not trying to prove that, you know, you've got to eat super clean. Well, clean, I hate that word, but super clean in order to lose weight, because a lot of people will try to convince us that you can eat whatever you want as long as you're in calorie deficit, you will lose weight. I do agree with this to some extent. That theory doesn't really take into account the body recompositioning factor. When we're losing weight, we don't want to just lose weight overall, we want to lose weight primarily from fat, not fat, water and muscle as well. So as a bodybuilder, this is what we always aim for. As a general population, people just tend to focus on losing weight. They don't really care where that weight is going to come from, whereas I do care where that weight is going to come from. So I'm going to keep those calories fairly clean without going overboard with let's call them dirty foods, right? So I hope to see you guys next week in the next weigh-in. I'm planning to start a series of videos with training footage and some tutorial videos on how to perform exercises. Those who don't know me, you may not be aware, apart from being a personal trainer, bodybuilder, I'm also a biomechanics specialist, and I do put a lot of stress on the form and technique, how the exercise should be performed. So hopefully some of you may benefit from that as well. So I'm gonna check out right now, and I hope to see you guys soon, and hope you're gonna check into my next video and let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of the whole experiment, whether it makes sense to you, what is it you'd like to see me doing. And also please subscribe and like the video, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.